Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, The King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is out of the House of Zara. House of Zara doesn't need introduction. They are probably, if not the biggest, one of the biggest clothing retailers in the world, and their turnover is something ridiculous, like $20 billion a year or something like that. And obviously their main business is clothing, but they have so many other things, and one of them is perfumes, and they have a very extensive perfume lineups both for ladies and men. And there are a couple of things about them that is making them a little bit different from any other perfume company out there. One is they discontinue their fragrances on a regular basis and very quickly. When they put a perfume out, usually within few months is gone. And the other thing is majority of the perfumes are okay to moderate in terms of performance. There are some exceptions to the rules. Some of them are quite good, but majority of them are on the moderate side of performance. But in any other term, they are quite good in terms of quality, in terms of smell, and they are doing a fantastic job. So this one in particular called Unexplored Noir, and this is from Zara, Eau de Parfum, 100 ml. This is aimed for men. So the olfactory family is woody. And we have pink pepper, cardamom, orris, pine tar, cashmeran, patchouli, sandalwood, and caramel. So in terms of presentation, it's very nice, especially for a price under £23 in the United Kingdom. In other parts of the world, obviously you have to do your research and see how much they're selling it for. And the good news about Zara is they ship globally, so they can, if you are interested, you can easily buy it from them and they ship it. So the good news is this smells great. Don't quote me. To some extent, yes. To some extent, it smells like Fireplace by memory's going. Anyway, you know the fragrance. Yeah, Fireplace is very famous, and that one is retail about £150. It's a niche house, and this one is under £23. They're not identical, and it's not a straight clone of it or anything like that, but the smell profile is in a way that it reminds you of that one. So quite close to that one. I would say around 80% or so, 70 to 80% similarity to it. And the only difference between this and By the Fireplace is that this one is a little bit woodier, a little bit smokier, and also a little bit spicier. Just a hint, not much, it's not huge, but just a little bit. Everything in here is done to shall we say, they basically maximize those notes and the sweetness as well. So these things are a little bit more each of them, but when you smell it, you will basically, the smell is very similar to that one, mixing it same category of fragrance, same genre of perfumery, if you like. So if you like that one and you don't want to pay the price, this is a very good alternative to it. In terms of smell, it smells great, smells balanced, smells well blended, very good ingredients, especially for the price. And in terms of presentation, is very good. The only thing is, in terms of longevity, on my skin went very well. I would say easily about 6 to 8 hours, but by the 6 hours mark, it was almost a skin scent. It wasn't jumping off my skin. In terms of projection, I got about one arm length of projection for around 2 hours, and after that, slowly will subside. On material, it went next day, which is amazing. I put two on my chest and two on my neck and one between the wrists. So I always put 5 to see how it performs. So 5 sprays, it was ample enough for me to smell it all day, and also next day on the chest one, because it touched my t-shirt, it was the next day I could easily smell it. So on material, it goes over 10 hours, 12 hours easy, which is crazy. Because in terms of projection, it's quite only, apart from the first 2 hours, which is quite a good projector, after that it's quite subdued. It's not very subdued, it's quite subdued. So it might give the impression that it doesn't last, but it lasts. If you basically know what you're doing, and I always have a method of saying how much it will last. And on my skin, I can't lie. I can't say it lasted only 3-4 hours. No, why should I do that? On my skin, well, went easily over 6 hours, up to 8 hours, easy. But let's say 6 to 8 hours on the skin, about 10 hours on t-shirt, to be on the safe side, because I understand majority of people out there, they don't have my skin. I usually get better performance than other people, in terms of fragrances and perfumes. I have a oily skin or something like that. Okay. Anyway, so in terms of smell itself, it opens up beautifully sweet and little about smoke. Actually, the smoke is quite big. Smoky, sweet, and the cardamom and the cinnamon. The cinnamon is not mentioned in here. It's saying we have pink. Yeah, pink pepper is big in the beginning. You're giving it that fizziness, that pepperiness, and the cardamom is giving it that beautiful, sexy body, that sensual body to it. Orris, I don't get that much. I get powdery aspect from this perfume, which probably is come from the iris, but I think there is more aromatics in here that they're not mentioning, which is probably a combination of lavender and violet leaf. Probably violet leaf more likely to be that basically the reason for it. Cashmerean is giving you that beautiful woody smell. So the woodiness is coming from the cashmerean, and also there's a sandalwood, and also I can smell some cedar. The cedar in here is quite on the smoky side, so it's not a clean cedar. It's on the smoky side, and the smokiness of it is come from the cedar plus the tar notes. The tar note in here is beautifully done. It's very well done. It's balanced. It's not too much, not too little. It's just perfection. And also the patchouli here giving it a little of earthiness, a little of chocolatiness, and the caramel giving that sweetness from beginning to the end. It's very, very sweet, around 6 to 7, maybe even up to 8 in terms of sweetness. Overall, highly recommend it. It's very, very beautiful. I was very, very surprised. I know, House of Zara is capable of good things, but because they are hit and miss, you don't know what you're getting. So that's why this one is surprised me. It's very well done. It's very well balanced. The perfumery in here is beautifully done. The perfume is an Italian lady. I can't remember her name now. Today, because the kids are at home, I don't have any tablets or anything to tell you about it, because they took the tablet. They're playing on them, because the Christmas breaks and they're all home. So overall, this is if you like Fireplace by who was it? Oh God! See, when you don't have tablet or computer, this is a thing will happen. Sorry about that. Anyway, so on its own, forget everything else. On its own, it's very, very good. Presentation wise, is very good, especially for a price. The thick bottle, very heavy. The packaging is nice. Everything about it shouts quality. Performance is good. It's not excellent, but it's good. Around 6 to 8 hours on my skin, up to 10 hours on the t-shirt, with 2 hours of good projection. So that is good to moderate to good in terms of performance. In terms of smell, beautiful, very very well done. This is a little bit better suited for cooler weather, but it's in a way that you can use it all year round, unless it's very very hot. You know, in high heat, super high heat, I don't think it's a good idea because it could be a little bit cloying. But apart from that, I think this is a Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knife. You can use it all year round and no problem. Obviously, in summer less sprays, in winter more spray. I put 5 sprays of this, and that was ample enough for me to smell it. But if you want people to smell it from the other side of the road, you need to go up to 10 sprays of it. Who's it for? This is definitely on the mature side. I would say 25 and up to be on the safe side, because although it's quite crowd pleasing smelling here, and also, you know, people's pleaser, but because it's got some complexity to it, I think younger nose won't appreciate this. Unless you like this kind of fragrance, it doesn't mean anything. But that's the recommendation. In terms of occasion, this is definitely for going out, evening, formal occasion, special occasion, and things like that. Again, you can use it anytime you want, any day you want, any occasion you want, because you pay for the perfume, you know how to use it. This is only a recommendation. Overall, highly recommend it. I absolutely enjoyed it. There's nothing negative to say about this perfume, which is very very good from Zara. And if you like this kind of fragrances that I described, this is a no-brainer, under 23 quid. Sometimes even in sales is even cheaper, which is a madness. You know, that would be a bargain. Okay guys, if you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you encourage me, you motivate me, you help me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They are amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. If you want to purchase one of my own perfume, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. They call the scent of Persia. The reason is because the ingredients come from Iran, Persia. We have been making perfumes more than 5,000 years. We are the first civilization to do that. So we know a few things about perfume and perfume oils. They are one of the best perfume oils in the world, if not the best. And I mix them together, come up with perfumes. The inspiration is, majority of the time, is come from my own country. You know, the formulation